the general URI type, because if you register for it, of course you will get all read events for the generic type. So if you could write a small worm, or actually I wrote a small proof of concept worm that hooks into the reading event for URI tags. So every time your simple URI tag is read, the application starts, reads the tag data or the URL. Then it writes back a smart poster which points to a copy of itself, like just to the jar file, the URL to the jar file of the worm binary on the internet, and the title, and writes a title that looks like the original URI. So if you read the tag again, it just looks the same. And this all works because the one phone I tested it with, it just if you open a URL that points to a jar file, it will just download and install the tag, the application, without any questioning the user if he really wants to install it. It will just ask, do you want to run what you just installed? So maybe you say yes, and then you have you're infected with this small worm. So yeah, I did the first version of this talk at USEC West. So yeah, you get the sample from that. So on the left side you will see, okay, you read a tag that that shows, okay, HTTP, www, whatever. And so do you want to open it? Since you just read a tag, you might want to say yes. And instead of opening the website, you will just see, okay, do you want, open the downloaded application. If you say yes because you're curious, you will just run the worm, which will just register and immediately quit. So, and if you actually then read a tag later, the application, the worm starts and say, okay, the tag read failed. Please touch it again, and you see the actually application looks like the phone interface itself. So you might think, okay, this is actually an error message from the phone. So, and if in the moment you touch it again, the worm will write itself out. In the second step, it will just like go and start the web browser, or ask you to start the web browser for the original URL. Of course, if you're really used to using these phones, you might see, okay, this is not how it normally looks like. It is, and of course, it's just a really simple proof of concept thing to just show that if you can register wildcard MIME types for the NFC stuff, then stupid things could happen. So on the server side, basically there is not much stuff. It just like checks if you have a cookie. Since if you have a cookie, you won't get the worm binary again. It will just issue a redirect. So if you're already infected and read another tag that contains the worm, you will never actually see that. You will just see the normal website and everything just works fine. Again, a really simple proof of concept here. So after playing with the basic NDEV stuff where you actually manipulate the content to trick the user, I thought, okay, this was really fun, so maybe we can get some nice crashes or other stuff. So I started to do some fuzzing. Basically just my NDEV library in Python, the writer tool, normal USB writing, USB RFID writer, and a bunch of tags. I tested my phones, and there are some really nice things, because if you set the size of the payload to all Fs, your phone apparently tries to pre-allocate some memory to store the complete data, and this greatly fails and the phone reboots. So yeah, we have, so it's quite fun. The same works for very long telephone numbers. So if you have a telephone number that is 124 characters and a smart post or normal URI tag or SMS URL, it's the same thing. Just simply reboots. Yeah, probably the telephone stuff is probably enough by one error, because if you do numbers that are bigger, you just get an error screen, and if you use fewer numbers, then you will just like get the number displayed. So yeah, some missing test case for the developers. Yeah. The really bad thing for fuzzing so far was it's really time consuming, because you have a card, put it on the writer, takes the card, hold it to the phone, see if the phone like does something stupid. So it's really not optimized so far. Now there are some nice card emulators which I'm probably going to buy, and so I can do a little bit more testing, because right now testing is like very boring, like watching TV and doing some automated thing with your hand and watching your phone too. So the interesting thing about the crash is actually the phone does not completely reboot, it's just the GUI system. But if you get to crash the phone 4 times in a row, it will completely switch off, and you have to like press the power button again. Yeah, as I said earlier, yeah, unfortunately, there's no real documentation, or nobody ever played with code injection. Yeah, for the Symbian S40 series, besides some stuff with a Java engine. So, but it's not as mainstream as like Linux or Windows. So this is not So if you find buffer overflows, it will be not that interesting. But of course, if we go to smartphones, hopefully maybe next year or in 2 years, where you have NFC in smartphones, all the buffer overflow stuff and code injection stuff will be way more interesting, because we might think about like going to some information booth and instead of like visiting a website, installing a virus by just touching a tag. It would be really nice, because you couldn't trace that back very easily, because there was no network connection. I think it's just you go somewhere and get owned. But this is future stuff. So almost at in the last part. So now we have like a bunch of vulnerabilities in the phone. So denial of service attacks and some spoofing stuff. So I thought, okay, what can we actually do with this stuff? Because I could just go up to somebody and say, hey, do you have like an NFC phone, and read this tag? But this would be stupid. So I looked around and saw, okay, in Frankfurt, where I live, we have some NFC stuff, and the city of Vienna in Austria, they actually have at least four services in the city, which use really simple NFC stuff, where you just have RFID tags everywhere. So I did a small field trip to Vienna. And the first thing is that most of these additional servers, they don't actually require you to install anything on your phone. So it just uses the default features like displaying URLs, calling phone numbers, sending SMS. So really simple. So I just took my phone with my testing applications. I didn't carry a laptop, so I could just like walk around in the city, or just if you like go out to Frankfurt at night to do stuff, you just like go to the train station and read some tags. And of course, you can just at home I just like dumped the stuff off and looked at it on the laptop. But just being able to analyze it with just a phone makes it really fun, and you can do a lot of data collection, because the phone is small. So the first thing, and I think the second most interesting part was the Wiener Linien. It's basically just the inner city public transport. So they have this RFID tag stick on every ticket vending machine. So you can either go there and just put money in the ticket vending machine and get your ticket, or you just hold up your phone. Then you will get this nice message with, do you want to buy a ticket? €1.70. Yeah, and if you say yes, it will send an SMS, and you will get back a ticket via SMS. Of course, the billing is done simply by deducting the amount from either your phone bill at the end of the month, or if you have not PayPal, but some other. Some other payment service, it deducts the money from there. The first thing, of course, if the tags are not read-only, I could just like hijack the tags and put my own stuff there, but at least they made everything read-only. Of course, you could just put a sticky tag on that and just put another a message that looks the same if somebody with his phone goes up to the reader and it says, okay, I want to buy a ticket. The message looks the same as always because he already used it 50 times, so why bother to check the content? We'll just send it. But if of course the SMS, the phone number for the SMS points to some expensive number, you get to rip off some people. Of course, they will say, I didn't get a ticket back, but maybe it doesn't. They don't like really realize because they sent the SMS and just put their phone into their pocket. Maybe they will only realize if they get asked to show the ticket in the train. And the other thing is maybe you don't even need to like do the funky spoofing stuff. You just put another phone number there, but because the message just looks the same, they will just say, whatever. So if you this is a really bad service for the customer because it's very easy to rip him off with that. Because if you put the stickers you can buy which are RFID tag are very, very small, like about something between a €1 and a €2 coin, the size of that, so you can just stick them there, and nobody will, or no technical skilled people will think that some piece of paper will have anything to do with a tag behind that, so they cannot associate that to an attack or something bad. So maybe you just bought a €3 ringtone for your ticket on your last trip to Vienna, but I guess nobody here has an NFC phone. I never found anybody who was not playing with the NFC stuff directly having a phone. So the best service actually in the city was the vending machines, where you can actually buy a snack also by sending an SMS message. You see it? It already shows the subtitle of the site, the snack attack. So it's basically the same functionality as with buying the train ticket. You go to the machine, hold your phone against the machine, then you get to ask again, or do you want to buy a snack? Then press send now, and after that you can just like select the snack you want to buy and then just pull it out. What will happen is that your phone number matches your user account to, of course, the payment system, either again your phone bill or this other SMS payment system. So you will just know, okay, this user just authorized the buying of an item from this machine. And so what we can actually do, we can go and copy the tag from one machine, make 10 or 20 of them, go around in the city and put it on other machines, and then wait on this one machine where you copy the tag from.